What is your thoughts on that category, female rappers 2018, as far as it stands at this point? What do you make of the scene?
Honestly, female rappers are like taking over slowly but surely. We pretty much taken over what's been dominant for like a decade with men. I know Nicki Minaj and all these other people, but at the same time, like, I feel like we're going to be able to break the barrier. Even though there's still some, like, you know, some work we need to be having done and stuff, like, instead of just having the stereotypical type of raps and stuff. Other than that, like, I feel like we have potential to be able to do what the niggas are doing, pretty much.
When you say stereotypical raps, what do you mean specifically?
Trying to make us sex symbols, pretty much. Like, oh, we have to talk about sex in our raps, or talk about our body and our everything. Like, I know I do that in my raps, but I don't really, like, that's not my main focus on there. Like, when everybody else compares, like, oh, you need to be more sexy in your raps, or you need to do more of this and all that. Like, why do I have to be like everybody else? I don't have to do the same thing as everybody else. I could just do what I'm doing, and that's it. Like.
Now, I noticed that when it comes to female rappers, speaking of sex appeal and that sort of thing, there's some female rappers that show a lot of their body, a lot of their skin, a lot of seductiveness. Some female rappers that kind of play with it. They go in and out of it, show some here, don't show some here, turn it on, turn it off. And then there's some that really don't indulge in that. You sound like, from your description you just mentioned, you kind of like play with it, turn it on, turn it off, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, it's like you give a little bit, but you don't give the whole package, kind of. Like, I know from, like, on my Instagram, people may be like, oh, well, she's showing herself or whatever, but, like, okay, but are you going to see that on stage? Are you going to see that in shows? Are you going to see that in videos? No, because I have a whole different perspective when it comes to music. Like, I'm not going to try to, like, be the norm and just try to do the easy way out. Oh, I'm going to be half naked for views. Like, that's not going to happen. You're going to hear what I got to say, not necessarily the visuals, but the visuals are important at the same time. But I want you to hear me more than you see me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want just what I'm wearing to be the main focus. Like, yeah, I know how to dress. I know how to put things together, but at the same time, I'm a rapper. My purpose is to rap, make music. I want you to hear my music.
Is sex appeal important, though, for a female rapper? I know we kind of, discussed how you stand in that category and what your stance is on sex appeal. But generally speaking, is sex appeal important for a female rapper?
To be honest, it's not necessarily like the important core, like, necessity to create a female rapper, but it just depends on what avenue you're trying to take with it. Because I know there's, like, some artists that I look up to, like, there's Lil' Kim, there's Nicki Minaj, there's Remy, pretty much all the female rappers that you've heard about, they've made their own, like, vision and stuff. Some didn't have to show themselves. Some want to show themselves and be sexy, whatever. Like, I'm not knocking it, because, like, I know eventually I'm going to end up doing it maybe, like, once. I'm not going to be, like, the whole shebang, like, my whole look of it. But at the same time, like, again, I want my focus to be the music. So.
As far as female rappers in today's time, 2018, is it too many of them?
No.
Just enough? Not enough.
It's not enough. There's not enough, because there's about so many niggas that are now rapping out of the blue, niggas you never would have thought starting to rap, there's almost, you could go anywhere and find a nigga rapper. There's not that many female rappers. Let me correct that. There's not many like female rappers that can actually tell a story, either tell a story, tell you they shit, or just simply create a vision in the music. Like whether it be like a lifestyle that they're not living or they want to live, or it could be something that they're really going through. Because there's like females that are going through the same things niggas are going through. There's drug dealing women. There's like people doing the same thing niggas are doing. And that's what people are like pretty much not paying attention to. Females can do exactly the same thing as niggas can. Like, so there's not enough. There's really not enough female rappers.
When it comes to female rappers, one thing I've noticed that I've never seen female rappers do until recently, and when I say recently, I'm talking in the last year, 2, 3 years. Female rappers toting guns in their music videos. What's your opinion of that?
I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna knock it, because if you about that shit, you could be about that shit. I'm not about that shit. I am from the suburbs. I've never held a gun. My security guard held a gun in my face or had it in his hand and I freaked out. So I'm not even going to be toting guns in my videos. But I know many female rappers that can do that shit and are about their shit. And I mean, that's not my business. Like, if that's what they want to portray, that's what they can portray. That's their vision of what they want their music to be. Whether it be like you want to be a lyricist and you just be on some J. Cole type shit and just be a female, or you want to be on some Chief Keef shit and just be a female. Like I said, females are dominating right now. Like, it's possible. Like, you can make anything possible, whether it be with guns, without guns. So I don't judge. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool. Like, I'm not going to necessarily say it's cool because I don't want people to think like, you know, it's cool to tote guns and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, it's good for visuals. It's really good for visuals.
Do you, when you say it's really good for visuals, do you think some female rappers are toting guns just for, like you said, it's good for visuals, it's a clout thing? Or do you think these female rappers are really about that life?
It's half and half. And you could tell.
How?
There's females that come from a background, like there's people that have gang-related, not even necessarily gang-related, but like a lifestyle of that. They just portraying that in their visuals, like with the guns and everything. There's females, like you could tell by their environment, where they came from, who they be around. Everything, your environment involves your whole image, like. So, I mean.
That's how you figure it out.
Yeah, to be honest, like, all I know is I'm not about that shit, but I know I'm not gonna say I'm toting guns or shooting up shit, but I'll tell you about the niggas that I know that do that shit, that really do this shit for real. Like, I'll say, oh, my niggas, you mean, like, I'll do that, but, like, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to shoot your house up or some shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's just not me. But, like, if it's you, that's not my problem.